How many of you own a cell phone with texting privileges? How many of you ever texted while driving? Did you know that texting while driving can be more dangerous than driving while drunk? Virginia Tech Transportation Institute conducted tests using drivers texting, drivers under the influence of alcohol, and drivers under the influence of marijuana. It has been proven that texting is more dangerous than being under the influence. In fact, a distracted driver is more likely to cause an accident 2.8 times as much as a non-distracted driver. The statistics from the study show that drivers between the age of 17 and 24 reduce their reaction time by 35% while texting. As a driver under the influence of marijuana reduces their reaction time by 21%, and drivers while intoxicated only 12%. In 2011, at least 23% of auto collisions involved cell phones. That's 1.3 million crashes. Back in 2002, Harvard Center for Risk Analysis calculated that 2,600 people die each year because of the distraction of cell phones, and another 3,300 are injured. This estimate is expected to increase 4% each year. These deaths and injuries can be avoided if people would put down their cell phones when they get behind the wheel of a car. No text message is worth risking your life. Now, 19 states, the District of Columbia, and Guam ban any cell phone usage while driving. A lot of young drivers have so much confidence in their driving and texting skills that they think that nothing could ever happen to them. Some of you may even think that nothing could ever happen to them. Some of you may even think you're a good enough driver that you can text and avoid an accident. I don't know how well any of you can drive, but I do know you risk your life every time you pull out your cell phone while driving on the road. I remember when a friend of mine decided to take the chance and reply to a text while driving. I also remember very clearly the look on her face as she watched the rest of her fellow seniors finish the softball season out while she sat beside the stands in a wheelchair and watched her college scholarship disintegrate. She collided head-on with the semi while her eyes were averted to the cell phone screen where she was in the process of typing the word sure. In 2011, at least 23% of auto collisions involved cell phones. 5 seconds, the minimal amount of time your attention is taken away from the road when texting and driving. If you're traveling at 55 miles per hour, this equals driving the length of a football field without looking at the road. With the longest eyes off the road time of all distracted driving activities, 23 times more likely, 2.8 times more likely, 1.3 times more likely, and 1.4 times more the risk. Those just don't sound like very good statistics to me. A big temptation for teens, 13% of drivers age 18 to 20 involved in car wrecks admitted to texting or talking on their mobile devices at the time of the crash. 34% say they have texted while driving. 82% of Americans aged 16 to 17 own cell phones. 52% say they have talked on a cell phone while driving. Some don't think it's a problem. 77% of young adults are very or somewhat confident that they can safely drive while texting. 55% of young drivers claim it's easy to text while they drive. But it is a problem. Teens who text while driving spend approximately 10% of their driving time outside of their lane. Another big excuse is, but adults do it too, right? 48% of young drivers have seen their parents drive while talking on a cell phone. 48% of kids aged 12 to 17 have been in a car while the driver was texting. 15% of young drivers have seen their parents text while driving. And 27% of adults have sent or received text messages while driving. Not to mention, 1 in 5 drivers of all ages confess to surfing the web while driving. And how do they justify it? Reading a text is safer than composing and sending one. They hold the phone near the windshield for better visibility. They increase following distance. They text only at a stop sign or a red light. What can be done about it? Well, there's laws, there's even technology for parents, social media, anti-texting, and driving awareness, and even education seminars about it. One project in Belgium tricked teen drivers into thinking that in order to pass their driving test, they had to be able to successfully text and drive on a closed course. The results, which can be found on YouTube, are funny and very frightening. Some of the students' reactions were, "If this becomes law, I might stop driving. This is freaking impossible. What you're asking me to do is really dangerous and hard. I'm gonna die. Honestly, I feel like an idiot who can't drive." Those are only 4 students. No text message is worth your life or the lives of others on the road. I have pledged to never text and drive and will take action to educate others about the dangers of texting while driving. Join me in taking a stand to be a smart and safe driver. A text can wait, but your life can't.